Hello, welcome to Jennifer's Magical Book Club. Today I am here to read a novel which is called Paperboy. I'm going to continue from chapter 16, so I'm going to start. When I started up the driveway to my house, my head finally got back to the business of the paper routes. Red's mother was expecting me to come by with a collection so Red could pay his monthly newspaper bill when he returned the next day. I hadn't collected Mr. Sparrow's money yet, so I needed to change to make up the difference. I also needed some money to pay for the bags Arati had stolen. I could have used Mrs. Worthington's $5 bill, but I wanted to keep it in my pocket a little longer. Ma'am was stirring a pot on the stove. The kitchen was sticky hot, even at 7 o'clock at night. Need to get some change. Going to rats and then I'll be back to eat. I was using gentle air to beat the bend. It was the only way I could get my words out with my head dancing around so much. Ma'am looked at me. Everything okay, little man? Just tired of the roots. You hurry and get your change and then get on back from Mr. Rat's for Dirk. I was so out of sorts I didn't even look to see what Ma'am was cooking. The best breeze in the house late in the day was on the back stairs when the attic fan sucked the air up the dark stairway. I sat down on the landing and switched my thinking to Mr. Sparrow. His packed duffel bag was stuck in my head. I still couldn't believe he was leaving on his trip. I wanted to ask him questions about my unknown father and hear him talk about his books and things he had seen while he was traveling around the 7 continents. Everything he talked about was new and so clean. And he was going away on a towboat for more adventures. And I was stuck in this hot stove of a city with only Rat who would tell about what a great time he had on the firm and how many dirt-clawed fights he had with his cousins and how he wished I had been there to help him. I was glad for Red, but all the work I had done on the paper route for the month had left me with nothing but 3 words on a cut-up dollar bill. I didn't want to know what the 4th word was, so I hurried up on the stairs. I knew Ma'am was still worrying about her hints and she wouldn't let me leave the house after dark. The curtains in my room blew toward me as I walked down the hall, but even with the fresh air coming in the room, I could tell that the smell wasn't right. My room was all out of whack. The drawers under both of my twin beds were pulled out. That didn't make any sense because the only stuff in them was blankets and the sheets and winter clothes. The next thing I saw was the chair pulled away from my desk and all the drawers hanging open. Ma'am had taught me never to leave drawers open, especially the middle drawer with all my money in it. It was pulled out so far that it was tipping down in front. A bad feeling came over me like it did at school, and the books under my desks were not in the same order I had left them. The money was gone from the drawer, all of it. My billfold and my wristwatch too. The air from attic fan coming through the window was hot, but I let it blow over me until I could get what had happened in my room straightened out in my head. When I went to the top of the stairs, I yelled for Ma'am. She heard something in my voice more than just my words, because she came upstairs 2 at a time. We ran down the hall together. It's gone. Money's gone. Ma'am stopped in the middle of the room and breathed heavy. Even though her nose was busted, even though my mother's mothballs from the attic smelled, even though the bowl even though the air coming through the window was new and hot. Ma'am smelled the same rotten smell I did, Erati. Ma'am went to the desk and jerked it away from the window like it was made out of model airplane wood. She leaned out the window and looked at the flat roof. Did you leave that leather up? I nodded. When I got my spool yesterday. Ma'am pulled her head in and jerked the window down so hard that the weights on the ropes banged inside the wall. Ma'am untied her apron while she walked down the hall. She may have been walking, but I had to run to catch up with her. She dropped the apron on the post at the bottom of the stairs, which was the first time I had ever seen it not hanging in its place and on the back of the pantry door. I can't leave you there, little man. You get right on up to Mr. Rat's house and wait for me there. She looked at me for a nod. Ma'am turned off the stove eyes and grabbed her black pocketbook from the pantry. I followed her out the door and down the back steps. Even as fast as I could move, it was her to keep up with Ma'am. Even more strange than where she put her apron was seeing her leave the house with her white uniform without her little round black hat. So I'm done till reading page 176. I hope you enjoyed, and I'm going to continue back from page 177 next time. So I hope you enjoyed again and have a nice day. Bye, see you later.